One of my subscribers just sent me a really big box and I'm not 100% sure what's inside of it. It's probably going to be one of two things. Option number one being a brand new body kit for the GT86. Which would probably make sense because I am in Japan and a lot of those body kit manufacturers are in Japan. Or it could be option number two, a lot of explosives. So let's hope it's option number one. All right, boys, let's open this thing up. Oh God, dude, this thing is taller than me. This is crazy, bro. All right, how am I even gonna open this thing? I kind of want to do it a little bit dramatic, you know? All right, let's get a knife. I don't have any of my pocket knives or box openers because I couldn't bring them when I moved to Japan, but I do have this. Let's this should do it. All right, what's in this thing? Oh God.
What is in the box?
Now, if it is a body kit, I'm not even sure. It may be a rep kit too. I don't even know if it's a real kit. Let's see. Mystery box, baby. All right. Okay, that's a lot of bubble wrap. I think I see a front bumper. Let's put this thing on the ground. All right, here is the absolute mountain of bubble wrap, bro. And it looks like we've got a front bumper. Looks to be fiberglass. It's that white material. Definitely looks like an Origin kit. I'm not sure if it's, we'll figure out if it's a real one. I don't think they've made fake ones yet. This thing is brand new, so I think it's a real Origin kit. There's no branding on the outside of the box. Let's try to get this thing out of here without breaking anything. I think I'm gonna put it in my second room over there. Well, boys, I am very excited to find out that I can almost fit an entire GT86 inside this room. That is some very good news. So about a month ago, I got a DM on Instagram from someone that says they watched my videos and wanted to send me a body kit. I immediately thought it was a scam, so I sent him my address. I don't even own a car here in Japan. I sold my GT86 about a year ago before I moved to Japan, and I'm probably not gonna pick up another one for about another year or two. So basically, I don't need a damn body kit right now. And I definitely don't have enough room for one in my small Japanese apartment. So I told this mystery man that, but he insisted on sending it to me because he no longer wanted to pay the shipping on this kit. I mean, you guys saw how massive that box was. And yeah, once he realized how much it was gonna cost to ship it to his country, he's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go a different route. So that brings us to today. Let's take a look at this kit, boys. For years, people have been asking for classic drift style body kits for the GT86 from companies like BN, Origin, and Urus, and they're finally starting to give them to us. It took so long that people in America even decided to start making their own kits. I mean, you got Fatago, and then you have that new Canadian company that just released their kit. I think it's Church. But finally, the Japanese companies are delivering and giving us some pretty cool looking drift style kits. Now, when I say drift style kit, I'm mainly referring to this styling right here on the side of the side skirt, you know, the piece that flares out so much. You know, this like triangular shape that flows all the way down the side of the car, and it's flat on the bottom. Now, obviously, these kits could be used with many different styles, not just drifting. But I personally think a kit with this styling that's this aggressive and big would probably look best on like a D1 style car, just, you know, a really aggressive drift car ripping around the track. But I'm also super excited to see what the stance and street car guys are gonna do with this kit. Because with this style of kit, it looks best just completely dumped to the ground, Abo Moon style. Because if you try to pull off this kit with like some monster truck fitment or some sunken ass fitment, it's gonna look goofy as hell. So you're definitely gonna need to come correct if you want to run Origin. Shout out to my boy right here. He's one of the first in the US to fit up this kit. And judging on what he's done with the car previously, I think he's definitely going to be someone to keep an eye on to kind of figure out how to properly style this kit. He's got really good taste. So despite the GT86 being a newer car, it really looks like Origin has, you know, stuck to their roots and kept a lot of, you know, original classic styling aspects that they've used on a lot of their previous kits with this driftline kit for the GT86. Starting with the front bumper, it's almost like they copy and pasted their S15 front bumper onto the 86. You can really see that in this flat bar piece that runs across the front bumper, and really the entire design all the way down to the bottom flare. The only real difference is this area right here, which would be cut out on the S15 for airflow and obviously the shape of the headlights. Also, they did end up leaving this area on the side of the front bumper smooth, unlike on the S15 one. They've got a little vent right there. Kind of random, but I really like how this piece right here flows so well into the you know, front portion of the front bumper. I think overall the shape of the mouth or grill area and then the portion where the fog lights would normally sit is a really good shape, and I think that was designed well. I like it. And I mean, it feels pretty solid for fiberglass. I mean, I know if you hit something, it's probably going to explode, but you know, that's fiberglass. There are portions of the kit that are a little bit thin, but they look like they can flex pretty well. And then there's other little pieces that, you know, they look very durable, a little bit thicker. Yeah, for the front bumper, I feel like a lot of people who were super excited for a kit from like Origin or BN or Urus were really hoping that they would bring some of that classic styling that they've used from their previous kits, and I feel like they've done exactly that with this front bumper and these side skirts especially. Not really much to comment on the side skirts. They basically just follow that same bell flare shape that comes from the front bumper and flows all the way to the rear. There's not really any crazy added body lines or anything. It's very simple as far as the shape goes, and it looks like it's going to sit a little bit more flush on the body compared to that Urus kit that they, you know, teased at Tokyo Auto Salon this past year. And what I mean by that, I don't mean that the Urus kit doesn't sit flush on the body. It's just this portion right here towards the top of the skirt is quite a bit thinner, whereas it's more of like a step down on the Urus kit where it sticks out from the body. So this one fits probably quite similar to how the Fatago line side skirts fit. I think this one is flared out quite a bit more though. The Fatago ones are a little bit more tame, and you can probably run those with like a TRD lip, TRD rear spats, whereas this one, if you try to run it with any like more simple lip kit, it's probably not going to look like it's meant to be because it does, you know, stick out so far from the body. Moving on to the rear bumper, it looks like, you know, they started with the right idea as far as continuing that flare from the front bumper to the side skirts all the way to the rear bumper, but once you get to this diffuser area back here, and the flare just completely cuts off, it starts looking a little bit funky to me, to be honest. Take my opinion with a grain of salt and know that I am really picky, but some of the lines on the rear just don't look right to me. It seems like the proportions are a little bit off in some areas. It just looks weird. I don't really know how to describe it. It just doesn't flow that well with the rest of the kit, in my opinion. I think I would have preferred just like something a little bit more simple like the front bumper. It seems like the front bumper's got very simple styling, simple lines, and then once you get to the rear bumper, it's just very aggressive in a different way. Now, if I were to run this bumper right here as it is, I would probably end up either shaving the fins off because they look weird, and either that or running some sort of splitter across the bottom that kind of makes everything connect a little bit better. I'll throw up a picture of kind of what I'm talking about right here. It seems like they were going for something very similar to their racing line rear bumper that they have on the S15, but I'm just not sure if that kind of styling is going to work as well on the GT86. It just looks a little bit forced, to be honest. Other than the rear bumper, I think this is a pretty cool kit, and I'm super excited to see that, you know, there's more variety out there on the market. There's so many options for this car, and this is just, you know, another different piece that people can mix and match with other kits, run this entire kit, you know, to the point where not everyone's looking the exact same when you show up to a meet or the track. It's really cool. There's no better car than the GT86, boys. You already know that. Now, the final verdict, would I run this kit on a car of mine maybe in the future? Probably not. I'll be the first to admit that I'm a bit more on the boring side. I think I'd much more prefer just a simple like TRD kit, maybe Modelista or like the OG Urus lip kit. But you know, we've got our own little community going on, so I really want to know what you guys think. So make sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know which one of these new age drift kits that you think you could see yourself running on your car. Whether it's this Origin kit, the Fatago kit, the Urus kit, or even that new Rectify kit from Canada. Let me know what you guys think. I'm really curious. Anyways, thank you all for watching. This was a kind of an unexpected video, but I had a lot of fun. You guys know I'm usually just behind the computer screen looking at pictures online, so it was pretty fun to be able to do a review in person. Hopefully we'll get to do some more videos like this in the future. I know I told you guys we're going to do a Q&A video this week, and I'm so sorry. We're going to have to push that to next week because I wanted to drop this video instead. So yeah, if you guys have any questions for me as far as anything about Japan, my life, my favorite GT86 body kit, what kind of deodorant I use, feel free to go as crazy as you want with the questions. I'll sift through them and, you know, see which ones are appropriate for a YouTube video. And yeah, we'll maybe hang out next week at an izakaya, or maybe buy a bunch of cool Japanese snacks and drink and eat in here while I answer the questions, just hang out together. So yeah, cool. All right, boys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate y'all. And yeah, like and subscribe. Bye-bye.